Hi, so this video is going to be for anyone who's coming back from a trip or travel, whether you're flying or driving, just to kind of release some of the compression you can get in your lower back from driving and some of the tension in the upper back and the shoulders. So the first thing I'm going to have make sure you have some props. So I'm going to use a yoga strap and a yoga block, but if you don't have those, you could use a folded blanket, towel, or something in place of a block. You could also use a tie or even a towel you could use in place of a yoga strap. So we're going to begin lying down on the floor. So if you have a yoga mat, you're going to lay down on that. If not, you just want to make sure you're on like a carpeted surface, maybe with a blanket or towel underneath of you, so you're feeling like you have a space to work in. And we'll start with the knees bent. Your feet are going to go wide. We're going to bring those knees towards each other, and then just let your arms relax down by your side with the palms facing up. And we'll just close the eyes. Just take some breaths in and out of your nose. So let the breaths be first just a little normal, and then you want to try to bring the breath in deeper and deeper. So you're breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, but you're allowing the breath to move into the belly. So right away, when you start to breathe into the belly, that diaphragmatic breathing is going to allow your body to begin to relax. So if you've been traveling, and say you've been on an airplane for a long period of time, you just want your body just to settle in. So grounding first, because you're now on the floor, you're grounded, your body's grounded, your mind starts to relax. And then you're letting go of that stress from traveling. And if you've been sitting for a long period of time, your lower back can get really tight and your shoulders can get really tight as well. So let that all release down towards the ground. And you want to stay here for probably a couple minutes, at least 3 minutes of just breathing in and out. And to let everything start to settle in. Let your breath deepen. Just feel the backs of your shoulders relaxing. And then once you feel like you're a little more relaxed and at ease, then you could bring your feet in a little closer towards each other, and we're going to place our hands onto our lower belly, and we're just going to start to move from the hips and pelvis. This is just going to help to release the lower back. So if you take a check and just make sure that you're in a neutral spine, so your back isn't flat on the floor, but it isn't arched up either. It just has that natural curve in your spine. And we're going to move just a little bit, tilting and tucking the hips and pelvis. So if you want to think about the clock, the pelvic clock that's on your stomach, your 12 o'clock position is going to be your navel, your 6 o'clock position is going to be your pubic bone, tailbone area. So we're just going to be rocking between those two places. So you're pressing down at the 12 o'clock position, pressing down at that 6 o'clock position. So you're just gentle rocking, and this just helps to release that tension in the lower back. So I want you to start very slowly, just breathing in and out of your nose. And then if you want to add the breath to this, as you go pressing down at that 6 o'clock position, you're going to inhale, and then 12 o'clock will be your exhale. So you're just moving back and forth, inhaling and exhaling, releasing any tension in your lower back. And you can stay with this for about 10 rounds, where you're just breathing in and out, moving, just releasing those tight muscles. And then if you want to add on to that, we can just lift your hips up and just a pelvic lift, and then just go down. So you're just doing up and down, again, slowly, just testing and seeing how things are feeling down there. If it feels tight in the lower back, don't push it. Just honor your body. And then we're going to go into a little bit of a twist, because twists feel really good just to kind of release the spine. So we're taking our feet wide as your mat, and maybe feet a little further away. We're going to just let the knees drop over to the left.
and then center, and then to the right. And these are called windshield wipers, and they're just gentle. And again, you can feel the release from the side body, the ribs, and even into the low back and hips. And then we're going to add the arms, and this will help to start to incorporate the shoulders as well. So you're going to stretch your arms up, we're going to bend the elbows, and then you're going to let your elbows move in the opposite direction of the knees. And then take this very slowly. You can turn your head in the same direction as your arms. And then if you want, you could stay and kind of linger on one side, really get that stretch of tractions the spine. And then back to center, and then go in the other direction. And then you can stay with this for as long as you want. You can even pause the video here if you want to continue with this. If it feels really good, and stay with it for a few more rounds. And if you're ready to move on, we're going to bring the feet in closer and arms down by your side. We're actually going to transition onto our side body. So you're going to roll to your side. And you just want to stack up your knees, stack up your hips, stack up your ankles. And we're going to bring the hands behind your head. So you're just clasping your hands there. We're going to work on the upper spine. So we're just bringing the elbows in close so your head feels like a little sandwich here. And then if you think about opening a book, you're going to lift up the elbow and you're going to roll open as far as you can without going into any strain or discomfort. And then we're going to come back to center. And we're going to continue with this movement. And hopefully, as you move back and forth, you'll find a little bit more opening and space in those upper back and shoulders. So keep going with this. So you'll inhale as you take the arms apart, and you'll exhale as you bring the elbows together. So you're still holding on the back of your head for support, but we're going to change that in just another couple of rounds of this. Okay, last one. You'll open, and then you're going to close the book, and then you're going to stretch your arms out. Both of them are going to be stretched out. If you want to put a support under your head, you can put a pillow, or I'm using a yoga block under my head just so it feels supported in my neck. So your arms are stacked up, your hands are stacked up. We're just going to slide the fingertips forward on that top arm. So it's going past the fingers on the bottom arm, and then you're pulling it back. So sliding it forward, sliding it back. Keep going with that. You're going to feel this in your upper back. Okay, last one, sliding it forward. And now you're going to pull it back, and then we're going to trace along the arm, across the chest, and then all the way out to the other side. And then bringing it all the way forward and over. So you're just taking that arm over and placing it on top of the bottom arm and palm. And then again, gliding it over the arm, across the chest, and then you're opening it as far as it'll go. You're going to look to that direction too, so you're looking all the way to your right. And then arm stretches up towards the ceiling, coming all the way down, resting on that bottom arm. And then we'll do this 2 more times. And then each time, see if you can get more open and space across your chest and upper back. Arm reaches up all the way down. Last one. And then when you're finished, you'll roll onto your back. So if you have the yoga block, you'll move that, roll to your back. And then before you go to the other side, just check in, let your arms rest down by your side, extend your legs out. Take a deep breath in and out of your nose, maybe stretch your arms up over your head, lengthen out the body. And then as you exhale, just bend your knees, bring them into your chest, and place your hands on top of your knees and just rock a little bit to the right and to the left. Just feeling a release in the lower back. Circle. And then we're going to transition to the other side for that upper back opening. So just take your time and make your way to the other side. I'm just going to turn. You can see. You're stacking up your knees. You're stacking up your shoulders. And then we're going to bring the hands behind our head. clasping the hands, bring your elbows towards each other. So everything's stacked up, and then we're gonna inhale, open, let that elbow just go as far as it'll go to the left, and then roll it back to center. And again, open and close. And you want to do about 5 or 6 of these, nice and slow. Okay, and this will be our last one, and then we'll roll back to center, and then you're just going to stretch both of your arms out in front, stacking up your hands. And again, if you want to use support, I'll just grab a blanket on the side, and then you're going to glide your fingertips past the bottom fingertips, and then bring them back so they're stacked on top of each other. So just allowing that shoulder blade to glide on your back as you move the arm forward and pull it back, forward and back. One more. And then we're going to let that hand slide all the way up your arm, across your chest, and then all the way as far as it'll go over to the left. And then inhale up towards the ceiling, all the way over, landing on the bottom arm. And again, glide it, open, stretch up, and then across all the way to it lands on the bottom arm. A couple more of these. And then each time you should feel like you're opening a little bit more across the chest, across the upper back. Maybe even get both the shoulders down. Last one. And then see how far you can come back here, and then stretch up, and then all the way over, landing. And then we're gonna roll onto our backs. Okay, so again, just check in, feel both of your shoulder blades, feel the backs of your shoulders, your hips, your lower back. Take a deep breath in, stretch the arms up over your head, stretch your legs out, and we're gonna take a big stretch. And then bend your knees into your chest. And again, you're circling. So the most important thing is after you've traveled is just to come down to the ground, because we get, especially if you've been in an air, you've been flying, you want to come down to the earth. If you've been driving a lot in a car, then you just want to make sure that you're decompressing everything. So the ground gives us lots of feedback on the release we feel in our lower back and our shoulders. So I want you to check in here and just notice compared to when you first came to the ground. Take a deep breath in, notice the breath, let that go. And then just gently roll to your side. We're going to come up to seated. Come to a seated position, just cross-legged position or any position that feels good. You can even sit into a chair if you want to. But I just want you to feel the length in your spine. So from your tailbone, sitting bones, all the way up to the crown of your head, just feel that length. So if you place your hand on top of your head, feel like you're pushing and lifting upwards into the top of your head. So your chin is parallel to the floor. And then turn your palms up towards the ceiling, let the shoulders relax. And then we're going to breathe in through the nose. And then blow out like you're blowing through a straw. Good, inhale through the nose. And blow out through the straw. Deep breath in. Exhale. And then one more, inhale. And exhale. Good. Couple little releases for the neck. Let your chin drop down towards your chest. Let your head feel heavy. Let your chin glide over to the left. And then turn so your head turns up in your left, letting that head just relax. And then you're sweeping your left arm up and over, placing your fingertips right above your ear.
And then try not to pull down. I want you to lift up and away. So you're pressing your head up into your hand and see if you can feel a little bit of release on that right side of your neck. Deep breath in and out. And again. One more. And then as you release your hand, just let your chin lower down towards your chest again. Let it feel heavy. And then glide your chin over to your right shoulder and then open it up. And then you're sweeping your right arm up and placing your fingertips on top of your head. Well, actually on the side of your head, right above your ear. And then just relaxing your opposite shoulder, pressing your head up and away into your hand, and then feeling that release on your left side of your neck. Deep breath in, exhale. 2 more breaths. And then last one. Release your hand, but let your chin lower towards your chest again. And then on your in-breath, you're bringing your chin up, and we're going to look all the way up towards the ceiling. And we're going to open and close the jaw. So open wide and close. And again, wide. Close. Last one. Close. And then just bring your head back to center. Let the arms hang loose. Shoulders are up, back, down, and forward. So big, juicy shoulder rolls here. Inhale, exhale. Good, last one. And then we're reversing that. So you're taking them back, up, forward, down. Good, last one around. And then relaxing the shoulders, we're going to take a side bend. So let's press down into your right fingertips, sweep the left arm up and over. And then if you want, you could bend your elbow and place your hand behind your head. So you're pressing your head back into your hand and then lifting up so you can feel those ribs opening. Let's take a big expansive breath there. Inhale and exhale. And again. And then last breath in. And then as you exhale, stretch your arm up and come back to center. And then sit up tall. Just notice both sides of your body. Okay, we're grounding through your right fingertips as the left arm reaches up. Go into the side bend first, and then bend your elbow. Place your hand behind your head so you're pressing the back of your head into your hand. Keep the elbow lifting up towards the ceiling, and then big, beautiful breaths. Opening up side body, lateral flexion of the spine. Good. One more big inhale. And then as you exhale, stretch the arm up, return to center, and sit up tall. Okay. All right, so hopefully that'll help. And if you want to add a little bit, we can do some cat and cows too, just to release. And you can do these seated, you can also do these standing, you can do them on your hands and knees. But again, just feeling that release in the spine, pelvic tilts on the floor, seated cat and cow. Good, 2 more of these. And last one. Good. And then we'll inhale both arms up. Palms together, hands to heart center. Okay, so thank you so much. And I hope this really helps with your stress and tension after you're traveling. Namaste.